Hey guys, Sean again, Custom Offsets TV, and this is another episode 8 of Shit I Never Knew. This one we shall call Price Wars. What happened to the world is the internet came along, and so basically anybody with a computer and a way to figure out how to get them shipped could start selling wheels. And this happened not just to wheels, but wheels and tires and lift kits and Nerf bars. If you name it, the world has realized that the manufacturers were willing to sell to anyone, and then anyone could sell on the internet. So people thought, if I can make $2 on a set of wheels, that would be enough. I'll just sell 1 billion sets of wheels. So the manufacturers said, well, we don't want you to cheapen down our product and make it super cheap and be selling it at $2 margins, because the other guys that are trying to run a shop like our shop, Offsets Garage, $2 doesn't pay the bills. But the kid eating ramen in his basement, 17 years old, with snot dripping out of his nose, selling stuff on the internet on eBay or Amazon, was comfortable with $2 because he didn't have any expenses. Well, the problem with that is it starts to destroy the market. It starts to destroy the want of shops to even carry those wheels. So the manufacturer stepped in and they said, we're going to fix this. We're going to set the prices. So what they've done is, and this is, like I said, everywhere, and I know you've heard these words. I doubt you've ever thought about them in this way. I know I didn't until I got in this industry. So there's M.A.P, M-A-P, minimum advertised price. This is the price that the manufacturer, so let's just pick a random company, let's use Hostile. Hostile says the M.A.P price for our wheels, let's say that they say is $250 per wheel. So that means that when Custom Offsets comes along and wants to sell a set of 4 of them, the cheapest we're allowed to advertise, so post on our website, post online, post on Facebook, so social media, is $1,000 per set, which would be $250 a wheel times 4, of course. So that is your minimum advertised price. Now what will happen is, because the word advertised is in here, that means if you send me an email, which you can do through the website, if you find a wheel you liked, a lot of times there will be a button there that says, click here for a quote. If you send me an email, I can get you a personalized price. So I can email you back with a one-time use. You have to take us up on that offer very quickly, and I can get you a little bit better price sometimes than that price that we're allowed to advertise. So that would be M.A.P. They're telling us that we cannot advertise lower than that price. So what's happening is people are going out and they're finding other ways to go below that M.A.P price. So what companies have said, fine, then we're going to do resale price maintenance, RPM, resale price maintenance. With that one, it's price period. What they're coming in and doing is saying, not only can you only advertise at this price, even if your brother-in-law comes in and says, I want a set of these, you can only sell them at $250 a wheel or $1,000 a set. So no matter how you go about it, I don't care if you didn't advertise it, I don't care if you claim that that's your brother-in-law, I don't care what you tell me, you cannot sell that wheel for less than $250. So between these two things, almost all the wheels in the world are managed by this. They either have a minimum advertised or a resale price maintenance, RPM. So what that means is a website like Custom Offsets and like anybody else, we're all selling at the same price. Now there's some companies that still, they're very proud of themselves, so they're still asking for more than the minimum prices, or they have really high overhead, so they have to ask for more than minimum prices. What you'll see on a site like CustomOffsets.com is we manage most of our stuff, almost all of it, right to this pricing. So we're selling as cheap as we possibly can in order to get you guys the best prices. So what that creates is, we cannot sell cheaper than this, but it doesn't mean that we can't hook you guys up. So one of the things we've done is we've made the mounting of tires onto your wheels totally free. So that one's free. What we'll often do also, I should say, before I dive into that, is we can do a package. So a lot of times we'll take this wheel, and what we'll do is when we package it, we'll give you a discount on the tires. So we'll discount the tire price. So when you buy a whole package, we'll discount the tire price so that you have a package deal, wheels and tires, for a lot less than our competitors. So we can create a package pricing, and if you go on customoffsets.com, you'll see you can build your own packages and see those prices. You don't have to call us, you don't have to email us. All of that is on there. You just add tires to any wheel and you'll see the package price. Even when you're looking at the wheels, you'll see the discount amount that could be allowed depending on which tires you choose. So then what we do is we go above and beyond that, and we also will mount the tires for free onto the wheels. Now, note to self, this doesn't mean we drive a little red truck and we come to your driveway and put them on your truck. I've had people say that. This is mounting tires on the wheels, not mounting your wheel and tire onto your truck. I'm not coming to Virginia to bolt up your stuff. That's on you. So remember, that is mounting the tires on the wheels. We also balance for free, so that's getting the wheel and tire balanced out. We don't charge anything for valve stems. We don't charge anything for wheel weights. We take care of the shipping in the lower 48 states for free. We also offer reduced global rate. So what we'll do is we'll say if it typically would have cost us, $400 to ship that package to California, we reduce that from the cost to ship it to Canada, and then we give you that reduced rate. So even if you're coming out of Canada, we're still giving you a sweet deal on shipping because we're saving you as much as we can off of there. Amazing packaging. We just keep getting better and better and better and spending more and more money on our packaging to the point now where a lot of the aggressive wheel and tire setups, we're completely wrapping them in foam, or we're putting a 1/2-inch layer of foam between every wheel and tire and then saran wrapping everything to try to make damn sure that they show up to you perfectly. We also do an inspection. So each wheel and tire, before mount and balance, our guys will pull them out of there, remove the caps, they'll inspect, lay all 4 side by side and make sure they're looking good. We do that at no additional cost. Another thing that we have, and hopefully you guys have all found this, but we have a gallery on customoffsets.com that has over 12,000 vehicles that you guys have added to it. And what that is you can sort through that gallery and you can find, what is everybody running on 2015 Silverado with a 6-inch lift. We do all of that at no cost to you guys also. And what we do is when people add their vehicle to the wheel and to the gallery, we actually review every single one of them. We make darn sure that the wheels look right for the sizes they're saying. We make sure that it's a real wheel and that the make and model is correct. We make sure the tires are exactly right, same thing. We make sure that the suspension seems to line up, and then we also check out the trimming and wheel spacers and all that. So we do all of that scrubbing of the fitment gallery before they go on there, again, as an added benefit. We have our YouTube channel, which if you're seeing this, there's a good chance you subscribe to it. Our goal with the YouTube channel is to keep producing all the free content we possibly can. Just like this stuff, we're trying to teach you everything that we know so that you guys can have that information too. Because we feel that knowledge is power when you're trying to get the perfect fitment and also out there trying to find the best prices possible. And like I said, that's why we run at these M.A.P or RPM prices. And then the final thing, and this is my favorite thing, and we've been doing this for the 3 years we've been around, is every single wheel order and every single wheel entire package, you get a free 24-inch custom offsets decal, and with that comes a letter kind of telling you that once you get your wheels and tires bolted up, take pictures and go and load your vehicle on the gallery, because that's going to again add to the 12,000 vehicles to help everybody else out. But when you do that, we'll throw in a free t-shirt. So I just wanted to, I get a lot of questions about pricing and about what if I find it cheaper somewhere else. Odds are if you found it cheaper somewhere else, they're not going to be selling for very long, because that likely means that they violated M.A.P. And what happens if you try to sell under these prices is you basically get a warning, and then they'll kick you right out of the program, and then you're not allowed to sell that manufacturer, that distributor's wheels anymore. So you'll see a lot of those guys go away that are running scams and selling below the legal or the allowed price for wheels. So I hope that helps. This is something I never even considered. I actually went and bought a TV for the showroom last week, and it was a 50-inch LED TV. And I said to the guy, I said, I'm in a hurry, so I want to grab one off the showroom floor, but I know I can go buy it on Amazon. He says, don't worry, I can save you a ton of discussion and a ton of time. These are all M.A.P price TVs. I said, oh, so I can't possibly buy it on Amazon cheaper. And he said, nope, it's all M.A.P and we run at M.A.P pricing. So I pulled out my phone, went on Amazon because I'm a little bit of a smartass that way. And sure enough, I mean, the absolute lowest price I could get that TV was right there in front of me. So I knew I was getting the best deal possible. I'm telling you that that's pretty much exactly where we run all of our wheels. And then we even get into some package pricing and help out on the tires when you guys start bundling stuff together, because we also can give you all of this free stuff when you're doing the packages. So hopefully that helps. It's shit I never knew. You can apply it basically to anything. Next time you go to buy something, make sure to double check and ask if they're at M.A.P pricing, because that means you're getting it the cheapest. I can't wait until vehicles get this way and you can just go to the car lot and buy the damn thing at the lowest price possible. Peace.